Hi guys, it's MVG King, and today I'm going to be talking about Ghost of Tsushima, and 5 reasons why I think it's worth it to play this game. The first reason you should play this game is the graphics. The graphics of this game is some of the best I've ever seen on a PlayStation 4. In fact, even though the PlayStation 5 is a system coming up over the next few months that looks amazing, it's like the next gen console, this game basically looks similar to your average PS5 game. And that's when you compare it to other PS4 games, that's actually very exceptional. When going through this game, the rivers, like the sky, the leaves, and I personally like the yellow autumn leaves. It just looks very, very nice. It reminds me a lot of like anime you'd see or like feudal Japan. Like they did a really good job replicating that time era and just like the beautiful art styles from there. No matter where you're looking, whether it's the water, the sky, the trees, the winds, or even the way your own main character and the enemies look, everything looks very, very realistic compared to other video games. And I think the graphics is one of the nicest things about this game. There's also a photo mode where you can press one of the D-pad directions, like left or right or down or something, and then you could actually go to a photo mode where you can actually take pictures. And it just looks extremely nice. It looks really nice in the day, evening, and night. Pretty much any time of day, the graphics just look really amazing. The grass as well. It's some of the best grass I've ever seen. So basically, every part of this game just looks very pretty. So no matter where you run, it looks amazing. Another reason to get this game is the open world. In this game, you could go through a giant open world very similar to Breath of the Wild, except just a little different. But the concept is similar to Breath of the Wild, where basically you can just run in any direction, and there's always something to do. No matter which way you go, you're eventually going to run into some type of side quest or a hidden like shrine or of some sort where you can power up one of like your resolve or power up your HP or just improve something, or just go to a storyline side quest, or fight randomly generate enemies in a certain area, or fight enemies set in certain areas that you have to complete little quests, or just explore mountaintops and very beautiful scenery. Just anywhere you go, it's just really, really nice. And the giant open world, when you also connected to the open world, there's a lot of collectibles. There are so many collectibles in this game if you're actually going for 100%, that there's always something to do. Like, you're never just going to be like, oh, wow, I'm bored, I did everything. That doesn't really exist in this game because any direction you go, you'll be able to find something. It just feels nice to know that you can just run in any direction, and there's always something amazing to do in this open world game. It's a very similar vibe to Breath of the Wild in that type of sense. I get Breath of the Wild vibes while playing this game a lot. Another reason to play this game is the story. There are stories and side quests. There's like a main story, which admittingly I haven't gotten very far in it. I'm only like 1/10 done the game, so I can't elaborate too much on that. But of what I have seen, it is already intrigued and interests me. And there's also points to the game where you actually go to flashbacks, where there's a point where you flashback to a younger version of yourself, traveling with your father and stuff. I don't want to give too many spoilers, but again, I'm early in the game, but the story has been very interesting. Basically, there's like a war between two families. You're basically on the side that is outnumbered and outmatched. Like it's almost a one-man army with a few friends against a giant army and bad guy you have to take down as like the main quest. And without giving spoilers, I'll just tell you that it's been very intriguing and interesting to me so far. Then there's also the side quests where there's several characters who also involve other characters, where you complete like, let's say 1 out of 9, and you have to do like 9 quests in order to complete this character's side quest. And you also get rewards for it, like you might get better armor, or you might get a new weapon, or massive stat upgrades or something. Usually you get some really cool weapon. And if not, you'd get some type of stat upgrades. But it's usually worth it to complete a lot of these side quests. But even if there wasn't a reward, the reward itself could just be like enjoying the actual side quest. Like sometimes you might have to go into an enemy base and using archery, like the bow and arrow, and you have to take down like 10, 20 guys just with you and your teammate, and you have to overcome like impossible odds. And then there's a lot of plot, like okay, you have to investigate, but it's not too hard. They basically investigate for you. You go to like certain checkpoints and press like one X button on the ground or something to like pick up an item. No, it's like a clue, and then the clue tells you, okay, this person was murdered. There's blood out the window, and then you basically the main character's like saying out loud, kind of like an anime when they say out loud what's going on. They say out loud what's happening so you can understand, oh, things are not always what they seem. Like, this person got taken from their family, and here's the proof, or here's the reason we think that. There's a blood trail here and footsteps here, and then you confront them, and this happens. So it can actually get very interesting. So a lot of the side quests is some of the best parts of the game, and there's side quests everywhere, every direction. And a lot of them are marked on the map, and some of them are marked on the map, and you can unlock marks on the map, but it's not necessary. That just can be easier. You could also just get there randomly by chance, and then do the side quest from there. Just run in a direction, and just, oh, there's something on this map. There's a village, and you go there, and you just talk to people. So there's the option of just finding it randomly, and there's also the option of unlocking the parts of the map so you know exactly where to run to if you want to get that there. Some of the best part of the game is actually the mechanics and the different ways you can fight and level up. So this is probably like the best part of the game, or one of the best. Basically, there's a lot, and I mean a lot of ways to fight. You start with your basic stone stance, which is where you're fighting, which is what you start from the game. But after playing for a few hours or so, you unlock something called the water stance, and then there's like 2 or 3 more stances after that, which I haven't even gotten to yet. And the water stance, for example, is good against shielded enemies. You hold the swords like above your head and stuff, and when you mash the triangle or use your like 2 or 3 different types of triangle moves, enemies who hold a shield in front of them, they'll take additional damage and knockback and get staggered easier. So it's a lot easier to fight a certain type of enemy. So if you're fighting a swords, you could start with the stone stance against the most common sword fighter enemies, right? But then if you see that a shielded enemy is running toward you during a fight, you could press the I think it's the R2 button, and then you could switch your stances to the stance that works out better. What I like to do when enemies are fighting me, I just walk backwards so that we're like it takes some more time to get to me as I'm changing my stances, and then I switch to the water stance, and then I just mash triangle on them, and the shielded enemy gets taken down. But you can get overwhelmed if too many enemies attack you at once, so you have to be really careful how you're doing it. Sometimes I might want to attack them, and then you want to go into a roll or parry so that the other character can't hit you. Or you might want to attack them and then switch targets to the other guy. There's no like auto aim here, but like you just press the control stick in the direction you want to go. So if they're to the upper left of you, you just aim the control stick in that direction. But it can be overwhelming to fight many enemies at the same time sometimes. But there's also a lot of different ways to fight. You have the bow and arrow, for example, which I think is a really ridiculous weapon in this game. And then there's upgrades that I haven't even unlocked, but I learned that you can, where you can slow down time while charging the bow. So I was doing the basic level 1 bow, like the basic bow you start with, without even leveling it up. But even that I thought was really good. You can just aim at their head to one-shot enemies, or a few body shots to KO an enemy from a distance. And they don't really have projectiles very often unless they're archers. So a lot of time you can snipe them from afar. There's also other upgrades you can unlock, like explosives. You could throw explosives on the ground, and you could also throw like the ninja shurikens. It's kind of like the stuff you see in Naruto all the time. You can actually throw those, and those are really powerful and really good because it hits them. It does a lot of damage, and then you can run up to them and just slash them because they're staggered. Not only does it do massive damage, but they can't move for a while, at least the enemies I've encountered so far. So the projectiles in this game are a little ridiculous, but it's balanced in the sense that like you can't just eventually they're going to get too close, and you're eventually going to have to fight with the sword anyway. Also, you only have a limited number of projectiles, and you could choose to upgrade however you want. You have these stat trees, and you're like, okay, unless you've been playing the game for a ridiculously long period of time and you've already unlocked every single upgrade tree in every direction, which would take a ridiculous amount of time, you can choose what you want to prioritize. For example, there's a smoke bomb, and which can like, you could just throw it and then escape the enemies, or just confuse them and stuff. And you can upgrade that like 3 times. And to upgrade these, use technique points. So basically, you KO like 20, 30 enemies or so, and you level up, and you get 1. And when you level up, what you do is you get 1 technique point. And the technique points are used to get more moves. Like imagine if you're a Super Smash Bros. Character like Mario, but you didn't unlock Fireball yet, and you level up, and you can use 1 technique point. You can use that on any move. Like you can use it on forward tilt, down smash, Fireball, etc. And you can unlock Fireball and stuff. So in a way, it's good because it doesn't overwhelm you too much of much information. You can decide what you want to upgrade and learn a little at a time. So the system is actually really nice because it doesn't like make you like super OP like RPGs in the sense that like, oh, I leveled up. Now all my stats are significantly higher. No, it's not that overpowered. It's more like you can decide which things you want to learn and focus on. And it's really nice because you're not just going to become like super omega OP that the game's not fun because you just grinded and now everything's easy because you're a higher level. It's a good balance of making it mostly skill-based while still rewarding. It still rewards you a lot for leveling up, but not as overwhelmingly rewarding as a generic RPG where the level is like the only factor, and being 10 levels higher is like making the game 100 times easier. This isn't one of those games. So I like that because it still comes down to being mostly skill-based. On the note of it being mostly skill-based, I'd also like to mention the fifth reason that this game is really good is that anybody can enjoy it at any skill level. There's easy, normal, hard, and lethal difficulty. I'm on hard mode. I played it on hard mode personally because that's usually what I do with games at the above average difficulty because that's, to me, that's a good intended way. Basically, this is like how quick you KO them, how often they gang up on you, amount of enemies, amount of damage you take and receive, all these types of things. And so from my experience on hard mode, you can get overwhelmed in the beginning easily because you could fight one-on-one nicely, but then like enemies will attack you on every side. But then you eventually learn, okay, let's bait them to fight me 1v1. So like, I'll just be backing up in a direction, and then you shoot them with the arrow, or just hit them with a slash. Or if there's a spear guy, you can also dodge and then punish. But you don't want to. You want to be careful because while you're beating up that guy, the other guy might attack you. So you might want to attack him or dodge or parry his attack. And it could get pretty hard, and depending on the situation, it can be either really easy or really hard. But when you also combine the fact that there's different difficulties and ways to level up yourself, anybody from the noobiest of noobs could just enjoy the easy mode, or the most hardcore of hardcore can enjoy hard and lethal difficulty modes. So basically, no matter what skill level you're at, there's always something for you to enjoy in this game. So yeah, that's my 5 reasons that I recommend that Ghost of Tsushima is a really good game. It's 5 reasons why I think you should play it. And yeah, it's overall just a really good game. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you like our content, consider subscribing. If you really like our content, consider hitting join. Become a member, support us directly. Yeah, with that said, I'll see you guys later. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the bell before you go.